On May 27, 2025, Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni made an apology, a public statement that by all accounts was meant to show humility. But to many Ugandans, did it feel like too little too late? After 38 years in power, could one speech really wash away the blood, corruption, and the repression that have defined his rule?
As the top leader of the movement, we humbly take full
responsibility
of all the mistakes made by ourselves, our agents, and representatives. We therefore stand here to repent and ask for your forgiveness.
And standing firmly in defiance of that very regime has been one man, Bobi Wine. Musician, activist, opposition leader, and for millions, a symbol of the Uganda that could be. This is the brutal truth behind Museveni's apology, let's not pretend, and how Bobi Wine has forced the world to pay attention. When Yoweri Museveni seized power in 1986, he promised a new era, a break from the dictatorship of Idi Amin and Milton Obote. But what followed was a slow transformation into the very tyranny he once opposed. Under Museveni, Uganda has seen systematic targeting of political opposition, journalists, and civil society. The Public Order Management Act gave police sweeping powers to block rallies. Torture in safe houses became common. Dissent became dangerous. Yo, guys. And when anyone dared to challenge him, especially someone with mass appeal like Bobi Wine, the state cracked down with brutal efficiency. In his speech, Museveni admitted that the government has fallen short in areas of youth unemployment, corruption, and public trust. Now, he called it a lesson in humility. But how can humility exist in a government where no one resides and no one is held accountable? Uganda's youth unemployment is at 70%. Corruption scandals go unpunished. Hospitals are underfunded. Roads crumbling. Billions lost in oil and defense deals. And yet, not a single cabinet reshuffle. Not a single resignation. That was not an apology of responsibility. It was an apology of convenience. Enter Robert Kyagulanyi, better known as Bobi Wine, a pop star turned politician. He turned his fame into fuel for resistance. His message was very simple. We are not slaves in our own country. For this, he was arrested, tortured, and tried in military courts. His driver was shot dead. His rallies banned. His supporters disappeared. And still, he stood up again and again and again. Bobi Wine gave voice to the voiceless. All of us know. The border riders, the ghetto youth, the students, the unemployed. And for the first time in decades, Museveni faced a threat he could not control through the old tricks. You remember when they say, you cannot teach an old dog new tricks? Of course, you can't, can you? In January 2021, Uganda went to the polls. The campaign was marked by violence, killings, and an internet shutdown. Bobi Wine was under house arrest. The Electoral Commission declared Museveni the winner, but few believed it was fair. The apology Museveni made this week made no mention of those elections. No apology to the families of the 54 people gunned down during protest. No apology to those arrested without charge. It was, in every way, selected remorse. Across the country, the apology sparked more skepticism than hope. Many see it as a PR stunt, possibly aimed at softening international donors or maybe pacifying a restless population. But apologies without reform are an insult, not a solution. We have to agree on that. Because if it were me, it could start with such. President Museveni's apology after 38 years of rule is not a turning point. It is a signal that the pressure is working, that dissent is no longer silent, that leaders like Bobi Wine and Kizza Besigye have shifted the political gravity of a nation. But Uganda's future won't be shaped by apologies, will it? It will be shaped by action, by the courage of its people, by those willing to speak truth to power and refuse to be silenced.